Suey, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you guys. Little rundown of the day's goings on, transfer news, rumour mill, all that sorts of jazz. So we're going to get into it today, cover the latest Man United goings on. Do us a favour at the start of this show and smash that like button on it. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up, drop a like, and share it around on social media as well if you're that way inclined, my friends. Also, give it a subscribe if you're new to the channel and get yourself in the live chat raw with your thoughts and opinions throughout as well. We're going to be dipping in and out of the chat as well, seeing your thoughts and opinions. So please do get them in. And also, if you're on catch up later, get yourself down below and get in the comments section as well with your thoughts and opinions. But hey, what's going on there? John O'Connor, Marky Nurse, United Forever, Hamza, John O'Connor again, Mikhail Kramer, RJ, The Hoop Man, Madhouse, Agrippa Chinhara, Malps, Naz786 as well, and everybody else who's in here. Thank you so much for joining us for today's show. It's just ridiculous temperatures right now, folks. Hopefully you can't hear this fan thing that I've got pointing my way, which is Gash. Hopefully you can't hear that. Smash a 1 if you can hear it, in fact. Let us know. If you can't hear it, smash a different number or just don't write anything at all. But anyway, hopefully it's not too loud. It has to be on, otherwise I'm going to die. I look fresh. Thank you, Hamza. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, I'm going to start to get a little bit sizzly and sweaty throughout the show. So be prepared for that. Give it me about 45 minutes. I'll be an absolute wet head. Hey, United Forever, what's going on, mate? Thank you so much for being a member of this channel for 17 months, dude. He says, hell yeah, hoping for some more singing. Sorry. Hoping for some more signings. And hashtag Maguire out. Hashtag Martinez in. Definitely United Forever. I really hope that that is the case as well, and that we've seen Lisandro Martinez as signing as really a replacement for Harry Maguire. That's what I'm hoping he's going to be. I think he will be playing that centre-back role for us and hopefully dislodging the slab from the lineup. Good shout, United Forever. Guys, can we get a hashtag 17 in the live chat there for United Forever? Thank you so much, dude, for being a member of this channel for all that time. What a legend. Thank you for starting the show off right as well. Yeah, we got a bunch of legends in here. Thank you so much for getting in, peeps. It's just ridiculously hot. It's too hot. It's actually too hot, but this is the latest news anyway. I guess we've got to cover it. But before we do, we got a super sticker from Dan. Dan, thank you. Dan the man getting in here, raw lad, with a 249 super sticker of justice, my son. It's a big thumb. You know what that means, guys. Drop a cheeky little like on the video. Thank you so much to Dan there. You're the man, sir. Thank you so much. Let's get a sue in the chat for this man. Dizzy Red Devil, it's hot in Texas, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, okay, well, in that case, you win. In that case, you win. I think it's like 31 degrees where I'm at right now. It's pretty damn hot, but that's not quite that hot, is it? Fair play to you. You win. Right, so let's talk about, I guess, some of the biggest news of the day. To begin with, let's talk about Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, who's being heavily linked with a move away from Manchester United, but seemingly not that many teams queuing up to take him on. He is, of course, a great player, still at 37 years of age, an absolute goal machine. But with that, you have to pay large wages, impressive signing on fees, and all the rest of it. So it's not all positive stuff when it comes to Cristiano Ronaldo and signing him. However, he is a big commercial asset and an entity that can offset a lot of those costs. So personally, I don't see him as any more expensive than a lot of these other sort of lesser signings, in all fairness, because he's such a commercial beast, and he will offset some of that cost just in like things like shirt sales and also interest and being able to sort of use him as a marketing material. Hey, Nikolai Lewis, thank you so much for getting in here and subscribing to the channel, sir. Nice one. But yeah, I mean, look, Ronaldo obviously wants Champions League football. Really, the reality is he's just too good for Manchester United right now, and because of that, yeah, he probably should be playing in the Champions League. So me and my brother were talking about this earlier, actually. Quite interesting, Ronaldo's statistics throughout his career. So we were just talking, we said, hang on, is this going to be the first season that he's actually had in his whole career where he could potentially be playing in the Europa League? Because let's face it, at Real Madrid, they were never in a position they were going to be playing the Europa League. Juve, they were in the Champions League. Manchester United first season in the Champions League. You have to go all the way back, right, to think about how long Ronaldo's been playing and how good of a player this guy is. He did actually play in the UEFA Cup, it was back then. It wasn't even the Europa League, guys. Cristiano Ronaldo played in the UEFA Cup a few times when he was like a 17-year-old teenager for Sporting. That's what happened. UEFA Cup, Sporting, 17 years of age. That's how far you have to go back for Cristiano Ronaldo to be not competing in the Champions League. It's quite an unbelievable record, really. Think about that record for a second. He's the fucking goat around here, my friends. Sue! He actually is the absolute goat. We need to keep this guy. But, wow. But you have to go all the way back to the Sporting days when he was a 17-year-old for him to be not playing Champions League football. I'm pretty sure anyway, guys. Somebody might have to fact check that for me. But come on, it makes sense, doesn't it? Man United, the time he was here, we're in the Champions League. Real Madrid time the Champions League. So yeah, I think that's actually the case. Hey there, Ellie, how you doing today? Welcome in. And Vutinator, how you guys? And Mikhail Kramer, some of the legendary mods getting in. And Griffo Chaz, he says it's hot in it. It is sweat your bollocks off time, mate. It really is, yeah. Hey there, Sub 2 and Benjamin Besserman, Marky Nurse, Lucky Singh, Fire Up. There's just too many legends getting in. Great to see you all. Thank you so much for getting in here. Eddie says the weather's awful. Just had to put a huge bar up the top of my path because idiots are still walking their dogs. Oh, man. Crikey. Take a chill pill, peeps. I mean, I agree. It's too hot right now. It's too hot for dogs. Don't let them out in the sun. Don't put them in your car. It's too hot. But it is really, really hot right now, folks. So forgive me if I start to resemble, I don't know, David Moyes in a minute because I might get a bit red-faced and flustered because it's so hot. But anyway, right, okay, let's do this. We've got 150 legends in here with 55 likes. Keep smashing that thumbs up if you're just joining us, guys. But in regards to Ronaldo, the reason I'm talking about Ronaldo at the start of this show is just because there's some links that have come out today which are, well, and yesterday, that he has linked with Atletico Madrid. That Diego Simeone would love a piece of Cristiano Ronaldo in his team over there at Atletico Madrid, right? Okay, fine. I call bullshit on this, my friends. I'm calling bullshit on this. Here's a little bit of information, though. There has been some contact on Atletico's part, but they cannot afford an operation like this right now, mainly due to economic constraints. They need to obtain 40 million euros in sales, and to be eligible for such a signing, it would have to be more. So, can they basically, a lot of these clubs in La Liga are absolutely shafted financially right now. I just don't know if there's really that capable of doing that much sort of business for a big player like that. I mean, Atletico Madrid as well. Would Cristiano Ronaldo do that and go and play for the opposite team in Madrid there? I don't know, maybe, but it's not a very strong link. It seems like every couple of days what's happening is all these top European clubs are just the papers and everybody are just talking about them, saying, yeah, let's link Cristiano Ronaldo. It's basically they just sat in the offices at Daily Mail or The Sun or The Mirror or wherever the fuck it is, all these gash places, and they just sat there with a big dildo on the table. They just chucked the dildo at a randomly generated fucking computer screen on the board, which just has a random player on, and they go, right, let's chuck it at the other one now, and then that's got a random team on. They just go, right, yeah, let's just write a story about this guy being linked with this guy. But that's pretty much what I feel like this is, because it's just another top team. We've done the Bayern stuff. Bayern have had to respond. Nagelsmann said no. Oliver Kahn said nah. They were not interested in Cristiano Ronaldo, and it just wasn't really what the current philosophy is all about, going to get a player like that. And then it's gone, even PSG have said no, apparently a bunch of different teams, Chelsea, Tuchel, it's just going down the list. And now it's being discussed at Atletico Madrid of the team. So, okay, we know that Cristiano Ronaldo wants Champions League football, and if that is really what it comes down to, because as I've said, he's not played UEFA Cup, Europa League since he was 17 years of age for Sporting, and if that's what it comes down to, then okay, I can see him going to some sort of Champions League club. But right now, Ten Hag is planning for the season ahead with Cristiano. Cristiano Ronaldo is, still a Manchester United player. We're expecting him at some point to join back up with Manchester United, unless it really is a case of, well, he does want to go and that's it, and it's the end of the line, I suppose. But as I've said many times, and I hate to repeat myself, but we own his pig in contract, guys. And because of that, we don't have to send him to a club like Atletico Madrid if they're interested in him, just simply because they're interested. They'd have to pay quite a little bit of money for us to be convinced to sell the guy, surely. So I wouldn't worry too much about our ability to keep hold of Ronaldo right now. They're not going to want to pay the money that it would take to convince us to sell him to them, I don't think. Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, wants Champions League football, but he's our player, and right now, unless there's an offer that comes in on the table right now, there doesn't seem to be any really real destination where he could go. These teams are currently all just saying no. That seems to be what's going on. It's just too much of an economic economic, what's the word? It's just cash. It's just a cash economic transfer in order to have to pay a lot of money to Man United for a 37-year-old player and then pay that guy $500,000 a week. You do have to consider you're getting money back from lots of different areas as well with Ronaldo because he's just such a beast when it comes to popularity and stuff. But it just doesn't really add up for a lot of teams, in my opinion. Oh shit, Zay Miyasi, sorry I missed that, bro. Zay Miyasi's got in here raw with an $8.99 super chat. What's going on there, Zay Miyasi? He says, Jesus got 3 goals in 2 games. Who needs Martinez when we have Saliba? Did you see him against Everton? He and Gabriel, best defensive partnership in the league. Interesting. To be honest, I don't watch any of that shite, to be honest with you, Sammy Ashley now. But thank you so much for getting in here with your $8.99 super chat, mate. To be fair, Zane, I don't really share your sentiments. I think it's going to be another struggle season for you, but we'll see. Exactly, Gungshi, we own the pig in contract. So because of Ronaldo being contracted to United, sorry to say, Mr. Diego Simeone, Atleti, if you want this guy, you've got to pay 30 million quid for him. At least, really. Because he's going to leave us, Ronaldo's going to leave us massively short. We have to get those goals from somewhere. We therefore have to go into the market, dip in, try and sign a new striker who's probably not guaranteed to get you as many goals as Cristiano Ronaldo is. So therefore, we have to be compensated. It makes more sense for us as a football club to keep on this guy for the season, even if he's unhappy, than to just let him go for a small amount of money. I know Juventus did it because, well, I guess it's a lot of money that they're paying weekly for the guy. And if he's unhappy and really wants to go, it is a tough situation. It'll be a tough situation for us as well. But there's things that can be done. Ten Hag can have these conversations. Ten Hag can hopefully try and convince him, which he already has done to a degree as well. And all we know is that we're trying to sort of plan for the season with Cristiano. Whether or not a big offer comes in from a club, then I guess Manchester United will have to readdress their position. The status of the stance from the club is simply he's not for sale and he's a Man United player and he's going to be going ahead with the season. That is the stance of Manchester United right now. That could change if a decent sizable offer comes in from a football club who's prepared to pay 30 million quid for an aging player. Let's ask the live chat, how much do you think we should be selling Cristiano Ronaldo for realistically? How much would it take? I don't think we should sell him for anything less than 25, 30 mil. It just doesn't add up, even though we paid 13 for him. Gungshi, thank you so much for giving us a like count, mate. He says we got 69 likes, dudes. 69, dudes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping a like button. We got over 200 legends in here. That's good, but it's not great. We can do better than that. Baker Brigade, assemble! Let's smash this one up to 100 likes, my friends. Give it a share around as well. Get a couple of the legends in here. And also, give it a cheeky little subscribe if you're new to the show. Come and say hello. So, 15 million, says Agrippa Chinhara. 15 says fire up. 1 billion, he says. 15 says Josh Lee and Agrippa. 30 to 40 says Madhouse. 19 says the Hoopman. 40 says 1 mil bill. 20 says the Hoff. John Adair says 35. I mean, in my opinion, we got to be asking for more than 15 million for Ronaldo right now. I know we paid around about that, but let's be fair, he's worth more to us at the moment. We don't have the strikers to be able to score you the goals. I would not be feeling confident going into this season with Tony Martial as the number 9. Sorry to say, even if he has looked good in a couple of games in pre-season, he's not consistent enough and he's not a proven player there. Just maybe he could go and progress and be fantastic there, but it's a big maybe, folks. It's a big leap of faith to say that Tony Martial can get you 20-plus Premier League goals a season or something that Ronaldo can. So, yeah, Ronaldo's proven to do it, even in a gastastic team last season, getting 18 league goals, 6 in the Champions League. This guy's the tits. The only problem is the squad does not match Ronaldo's ambitions and qualities right now. He deserves to be playing in the Champions League squad. From his own point of view, his selfish point of view, if that's what you want to call it. But at his age, can you afford to look at your career from anything other than a selfish point of view? He's not in it for the money. He's not in it for the fame. He's in it for the legacy and the records and the statistics. He's the all-time Champions League goal scorer. These things mean something. And while he's sat in the Europa League playing Mickey Mouse football for another year, there's going to be players like that absolute little melter, Lionel Messi, over in PSG, playing Champions League football, adding to his tally, chipped away, closing the gap. That sort of stuff plays on your mind. I know maybe Ronaldo said he doesn't care about stuff like that, but of course he does. Of course he cares about a bit of competition between who's going to go down in the pantheon of the greats. So, well, all I'm saying is that Ronaldo surely wants Champions League football, and that is a big burning desire in him. So it would not surprise me at all if he did leave Manchester United this summer, just simply because I understand it. He needs to be playing in the elite top tier competition, and he's not got so much time left. If he wants to be playing Europa League guff, he can do that when he's 42, and he can go and play for anybody. In fact, he doesn't even need to ever do that. He could probably play Champions League football for Sporting when he's 42, you know? So he's got many, many options. The things with Ronaldo is that, there are links. Here's another bit of information here that says Cristiano Ronaldo's name has been at the table of Atletico Madrid in recent weeks at the instigation of Jorge Mendes. However, Atletico insists the move is not economically viable every time his name comes to the fore. So he's just an expensive acquisition, this guy. It's a difficult move in order to sort of oversee, because there's so many different things that you've got to consider. It's not just the fee, it's wages, it's God knows, image rights and all sorts of other things that you probably have to figure out. So it's a bit of a headache for anybody trying to bring him on, unless it's for a cheap amount of money like it was for Man United. I think we sold like 7 or 8 million quid's worth of Ronaldo shirts or something within like a blink of an eye. So in terms of like being able to recoup some of that transfer fee, it's not really the issue. It's just the long-term drain with the wages, the fact he is 37. If you're looking at it on paper, it just doesn't really make sense for a lot of these different clubs. But Jorge Mendes, he's been speaking to Atletico in recent weeks apparently, and he's also been speaking to other clubs and offering around the services of Ronaldo. So it does seem pretty serious that Ronaldo's looking to gauge the interest of other clubs and see if there is some possibilities of him playing Champions League football this season, which I think is fair enough, because the team that he actually was hoping would be improved is still more or less the same. We are looking to improve with, obviously, Jong. We'll get onto that in a bit. And Martinez has obviously been announced out by the club, which is brilliant. But still, just not quite enough for what we're looking for, what Ronaldo's probably looking for. We need to have had a lot more ambition. He's got the ump, and he wants to go and play for a Champions League team. So there's still quite a chance that he could go. It's too hot in case you don't know, bud. Let's just ask the live chat in terms of the percentage. How positive do you feel like he will stay at Man United? Are you 100% sure he'll stay, or are you 0% sure he'll stay? So I'm going to say I'm like 75% sure that he will stay at Man United, because as this list is assembled, and as they go down this list and cross off teams that he could go to, Bayern, PSG, whoever it may be, Atletico, Chelsea, all these teams are crossed off. He's not going to go to somebody in the Premier League. All these teams are getting crossed off the list. Where's he going to go? He's going to ultimately end up having to stay at Manchester United, I think. He's not going to go to Roma, guys. He's not going to play for Roma. He's not going to play for a team like that size. He's got to be playing for a Champions League, one of the big teams, if it's going to be somebody. 100% says Agrippa Chin-Harris, 70 says Mark Nurse, United Forever says 85, so does 1 Mil Bill, 50 says Red Devil Yannick, 80 says Madhouse, 50 says Haroli. I'm not in my new garage studio yet at all there, fire up, no. 50% says Haroli, 80 says Joshua, 50-50 says The Hoff. Your senior stay says Lucky, no club wants him says Agrippa. It seems like at the moment. 60 says Dizzy, 75 says Nash, and 60 says Mark Cowdery. More like 60 for me says Gungshi, 50-50 says Disco Dave. Okay, so a lot of people feeling like there's a really good chance that he does leave Man United. And I understand that, to be fair, guys, because, well, his agent's literally talking to other football clubs, trying to get them to make a bid and have some interest. But as I've said, we own his contract. Why would these clubs spend decent money to get this guy when they can actually get him? They can actually sign. I think so anyway. I'm not sure if there's like an extra option for a year or something. There might be actually, but I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure that clubs could assign a pre-contract agreement with Cristiano Ronaldo in January, which means that next summer he would be free to leave Manchester United as a free agent, and he would be free to sign for these clubs that have Champions League football in the summer. So why would they really want to pay like 30 million quid, which is what I think it would take to get us to accept a sale with him? Why would they want to pay that when they can just go and get it for nothing in the summer if they really want him? So he's got an extra year option, says Let's Dive. Yeah, that's right, says Sir Fikey. Yeah, there you go. So he's got an extra year option. So, okay, fair enough. So he's got the possibility of joining one of these clubs very soon for nothing. They're not going to want to pay and essentially give Cristiano Ronaldo, spend money on Cristiano Ronaldo they don't necessarily need to when he's 37. I don't know. It's just not the right fit for everybody at the moment. 100 likes on the stream. Get in there, my son. Sue, thank you very much for hitting the thumbs up button, everyone. Absolute legends. Thank you for boosting us up there on the YouTube algorithm. So let's cover the rest of the news then, folks. Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? He's also come out and said that there were some links to him in the last sort of 24 hours or so, suggesting that Sporting Lisbon were interested in Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's actually rubbished it on Instagram, just in the comment section of this news outlet, and he reported fake. So, he commented on there saying fake. So there is no link with Sporting. It's just crazy to think that Ronaldo would go to Sporting Lisbon right now. He will do in the future. In fact, it's almost guaranteed because, well, that's where it sort of all started from. He signed from, of course, hang on, what was that club he was at before, guys, in Sporting? Began with an F, does it? Bollocks. You know, Madeira fucking FC or whatever. Anyway, it's not, but anyway. Right, thank you. What I'm saying is he probably will want to sort of rekindle that relationship one day and play back for them, and he'd still be good enough when he's 40-odd to play for Sporting in the Portuguese League and to play in the Champions League still, and it just makes perfect sense. Cristiano Ronaldo, Sporting, I can see it happening after his 40th birthday, but I cannot see it happening before that. He's got too much quality and too much class. So Ronaldo stays in the top European leagues, I think, for now, certainly until he's about 40. Whether or not that's at United or somewhere else, not so sure. But so, yeah, that's not true, guys. Any links with Sporting, you can rubbish that one off as well. It's not going to happen. Maybe, yeah, Funchal, that's the one, was it? No, yeah, nice one. That's the one, I remember now. So, thank you, dude. Mickey says, Dante, yes, mate, good play. Hey, we got Dante in here. What's going on, Daniel Tay, sir? 0793, how are you doing as well, bud? How's the Jong settling in, says 0793. Oh, my goodness. Dante comments, if he stays, how will we feel about him? Guy's whoring himself around Europe and doesn't want to be here. I'd say go if that's the attitude. I love him, but don't take the piss out of my club. Dante, respect, man. I mean, fair play. I mean, he hasn't spoken vocally about it. What we know is, yeah, okay, his agent is literally whoring him out. Like you said, you described it very, very well. Pimping him out all over Europe, trying to get a new buyer for him. Unfortunately, that's not looking that good, is it? So maybe we'll have to come sort of crawling back with his tail between his legs. But in all fairness, I just think with Ronaldo, you can't really blame the guy. You can't blame him. This is not what he signed up for, folks. If he really is unhappy, though, I kind of understand what you're saying. Let him go. But he's too good. We had this situation once before with Cristiano Ronaldo. Not the same because he was still contracted, but I think Ronaldo wanted to leave for Real Madrid about a year before he actually did. And Sir Alex Ferguson, through up against quite a bit of friction, convinced him otherwise to stay for another year, basically demanded otherwise that he stay for another year. And although Cristiano Ronaldo does want to leave, I'll keep going back to the point that he is contractually our player. And I'm sorry to say, that means we own the rights of where he can play his football for a whole year. So sorry to say, Ronaldo, it doesn't really matter what you want. He's our player. I kind of understand what you're saying though, Dan. Do you really want somebody around the dressing room who is like not even really wanting to be there? The thing is with Ronaldo, what I think separates him from a lot of other players, if this was Carlos Tevez, I would say, fucking get rid of him. You know what I mean? I would say, fucking get rid of Tevez immediately. Or if it's just somebody like that. But it's not. It's Ronaldo, and I think that he is a super consummate professional. Now, is he the type of player that he's just going to go through the motions for a season? He's just going to stand up there. He's just going to not really give it his all. He's just going to be unmotivated. He's just going to be causing friction in the dressing room in a negative way. Is he this sort of person, even if he doesn't want to be there for a year, to be doing this sorts of stuff? I don't really think he is. I think he'll pretty much get his head down and just play to the best of his abilities for a year. So it's kind of like having this sort of loose cannon in your team, but he has got a big old cannon on him, son. You know what I mean? This guy's got a big old cannon. So because of that, isn't it worth keeping him? I don't know. I mean, I sort of understand what you're saying, Dan. Half of me agrees with you and half of me thinks we just got to do everything we can to keep him because otherwise we're going to be short of goals, etc. But let's have a vote in the live chat. This is not what you think's going to happen. What I want to ask you now is, what do you actually want now? Now that you've seen Cristiano Ronaldo evidently try to get out of this football club as many ways as possible to different teams and his agent, etc. What do you actually think, guys? So would he stay? No, sorry, not Willie. Do you want him to stay or do you want him to go now? Do you want him to stay or do you want him to go? If he doesn't want to be here, go, or do you think we just try and make it work? He's our player. Let's get the best out of the bad situation that we can. What do you think, guys? Cristiano, go away, says no. You want Slabhead Sale to pay Jong wages as a group of Chinara. Yeah, get lost. Stay, says Dave the Gamer. Stay, says 1 mil Bill. Stay until next summer, says Mark. Let the dove fly, says Jeanette Pure. I love that. Very poetic. Susan says, I do see him adopting an ETH system. A nice one, Susan Lively Sue. Yeah, our message retracted. United Forever says stay. Philip says go. Duncan says stay. Get rid, go, says David Dieda. CR7 F off, says Lanupato. Wow. Hey, United, I missed a bit, went to the shop. Now to smash this down like for the Pigster. Thank you so much, UTD Till I Die, mate. Appreciate that, bud. Yo-Yo Sin Games, what's going on? Rob says stay. We need another another summer window to replace him. Definitely. That's it, man. He's ours. We don't actually have a suitable striker to come in and score those goals right now. So I want him to stay as well. Make him stay. He's still give his all, says Herodi. That's what I think too. He's just that sort of player, isn't he? He's that type of guy. He's not just going to down tools, I don't think. He'll still want to try and win what's ahead of him. And I can sort of imagine him feeling at the start of this season like it might be a bit of a waste of a time of a season with this Gash squad. But hopefully with a bit of positivity, a bit of good luck, maybe a bit of fortune. Obviously, Ten Hag, with his new players, new philosophy, new team, hopefully come the end of the season, who knows, maybe we'll be able to pick up a tiny cheeky bit of silverware. I very much doubt it. That's not what I'm aiming for this season with Ten Hag's first season. I'm just saying maybe it could happen. Gungshi says stay, says Dublin Games. Ronaldo's the original GOAT, says Sunil Pawar. Absolutely, my friend. If we can replace then GO, says Conroy Schuller. It's going to be very difficult to, mate. Yeah. Ronaldo's the GOAT, says Sing Games, deserves better than the ambitions of this club. Sue, go fly free and show the word. You still got it. Hey, I kind of respect that as well. I sort of feel that as well. But at the same time, nah, do it for us, son. Sven Strength says only Messi fans don't want him. They are more obsessed with Ronaldo than their idol. Yeah, it's true, Sven. There's just a bit of a rivalry going on there, isn't it? A lot of people are either Team Messi or Team Ronaldo. I've always been Team Ronaldo. I guess there's a bit of bias there because of Man United, of course, but I just do genuinely think that this guy is probably the GOATest player of all time, physically gifted, the leaping salmon jump headers in the air and the smashing goals from 45 yards out and the dribbling goals and the just the tenacity, the determination, the leadership, the arrogance, the swagger, the everything. I think he's the best. But there you go. I mean, Messi's still absolutely up there. I was looking at one of the. I was trying to sort of settle an argument with my brother the other day about who's maybe the GOATest, but I can't remember what we were talking about now actually. But basically what it was is I was just looking at the individual best seasons. Messi's obviously a heck of a player, mate. This 2011-12 season, I think it was. He scored like 73 goals for Barcelona in all competitions in one season. Like 73 goals. Or maybe it was one calendar year or whatever. No, he did 100 in a calendar year, didn't he? Or something preposterous. It was goals. It was goals for Barcelona in all competitions. He also got 8 hat-tricks in that time. And that's, just think about that. It's pretty ridiculous, 73 goals in a season. So, yeah, Messi's obviously ridiculously talented as well. But for me, it's always Ronaldo the GOAT. Anyway, right. Okay, so Diego Simeone's understood to love Ronaldo as well. Looks towards him as an option in the market, but we're kind of like Suarez, but nah, that's bullshit. That's just a source we got in Spain there, suggesting that he would be interested in him. But yeah, like I say, Ronaldo's already rubbish. Reports linking him to Sporting. He is rubbish in certain reports, but not this one. Obviously, this one, I think it rubbishes itself. I don't think they can afford him right now, and we own the contract, and they're not prepared to pay the money that we would have to receive in order to get the guy. So there you go, folks. Ronaldo news. I don't think we have to worry about it. We'll see what goes on. It is quite split at the moment. It's probably quite almost like 50-50 whether he does stay or go. I still think he will stay at Manchester United this summer. My personal gut feeling is it's more like 75% that he stays at United, because it doesn't seem like there's a potential suitor for him at the moment, the right club to go and take him on that's prepared to pay the money for him right now. We thought maybe Bayern Munich would after losing out on Lewandowski, or not losing out on him. They cashed in on him maybe, but certainly lost out on him as well, but good money to receive for a player that age as well. But Ronaldo, you'd think would be a perfect player to replace him, but it seems like they don't want him. They have distanced themselves from him quite a lot recently. Nagelsmann said as much. Oliver Kahn said as much. They're definitely not too keen on looking at Ronaldo, it seems. It's because he can be available in a year's time for nothing, and probably even you could pay him less wages then as well. Right now, the wages that he's being paid at Manchester United are absolute top dollar, really, for the top leagues around Europe for a player. You know, he's on $500,000 a week at United. Will the club like Bayern Munich be prepared to pay him $500,000 a week? Will a club like Atletico Madrid? I mean, even if they get more money back from commercial interest, still, it's a heck of a lot of money to have to pay out. So these things all have to be considered. Man United can afford it right now, but not a lot of these other clubs can, particularly clubs in La Liga, because they're all shagged financially. Nobody wants him, says Chris Barker. Maybe so. If the price was right, if it made a little bit more economical sense, i.e. less money up front and maybe less wages, I think these clubs would be interested. Give it 1 year's time, and if Man United are not in the position where Ronaldo believes we can continue to actually improve and maybe win some things and be in the Champions League is a very important factor. Let's say he stays next summer. Well, he's definitely going to go unless we are in a position where we can actually challenge for things and win things, which is going to be unlikely after just 1 year for Ten Hag. So, but there you go. He will probably just be able to go somewhere next year, and the club would be interested in taking him in a year's time and offering him probably less money than what he's being paid right now, or similar money, but they don't have to pay anything up front. So I think that's where it could happen, but not right now. I see him staying. Yeah, a true ethics go says, but Ronaldo doesn't have 1 year to waste, big. True, but guess what? Boo-hoo! But guess what? Doesn't matter, mate. You got to suck it in. Sucker! Sign the contract, mate. You fucking signed the contract. You suckered yourself in, sir. You're done. Sorry to say, you have signed your footballing rights away for a year, sir. Reality of the situation for Ronaldo. Sorry to say, that's the reality. Okay, he doesn't have time to waste. I totally agree with you. Shouldn't have signed the contract then, should you, bud? It's true, though. We don't have to let him go to. He's our player, folks. So, you know, what an idiot. You're an idiot for signing a 2-year deal at United, sir. But there you go. That's what happened. And he obviously didn't think that Man United could be in this position at the time. Let's be fair to Ronaldo. He thought this club would be progressing with him in the club. And obviously after Ollie finished second and got to Europa final, there was a bit of belief that maybe we could kick on. As it turned out, we didn't kick on. We got kicked in the nuts instead. We finished in 6th place. Now we've got Europa League football. So it has changed a bit. But hey, Rushmano, what's going on, my man? He says we got 141 likes. Thank you so much. Please do drop a like on the video. We're nearly at 150 likes, guys. Jonathan Gallagher says he deserves better, pig. Okay. Or does he, mate? Or does he deserve better? Or does he owe us, mate, for having a big, big hand in the shaping of this guy's whole career? Sir Alex Ferguson plucked this guy from pretty much obscurity, my friends, as a 17-year-old from Sporting, and developed this guy and developed him into essentially the world's best player. He actually did. You know why? Because he won the Ballon d'Or while he was at United still, before he left for Real Madrid. He literally developed him into the world's best player. Yeah, sure, Ronaldo had a little something to say about that as well. But you know what? Have you guys ever heard of a little something called loyalty? You know what I mean? Like, what's happened in this day and age as well? Like, come on, Ronaldo, sir. We know you deserve better. In all fairness, he does. But look, come on. Let's batten down the hatches, my son. Let's all get a bucket and start bailing this water out, my son. Let's try and save this fucking sinking ship. Come on, Cristiano, mate. Come on, lad. You're supposed to be the first mate. What are we going to do without you, bud? It's kind of how I feel about it anyway. But there you go. Oh, it's a tough situation, folks. I really hope he stays anyway. He's not left Tom Vino. It's unlikely that he will leave. But if there's a good offer that comes in, we would consider it, I guess, because he is want away right now. Greg L says, if Ronaldo stays, I'll go streaking. Oh, nice. Well, hopefully, in that case, he stays. You what? So, folks, you know, Ronaldo said it's fake about Sporting. Ronaldo to Atletico Madrid has economic issues. There are links there, but I personally don't believe it for 1 second. You know, there's just too much in terms of the amounts of money that it would cost for them to bring him in. Yeah, Conroy Schiller says, so true, we have 1 year left with Maguire. Same for him, says Conroy Schiller. I mean, Harry Maguire should be sold as soon as possible, really, for my friends, but it's just, again, he's impossible to sell. United Till I Die says, Ronaldo do owe us way he's acting, thinks he's bigger than the club. There you go, United Till I Die. I mean, there is a certain element of truth to what you just said there. He obviously is more looking about it from an individual point of view. He is an individualist, but I also can see from his point of view that he wants to be in a great team and he wants to play in a team. He's always been a bit of a selfish player, and certainly these days at the top of the pitch, he sort of has to be selfish the way he plays. So you've got to understand that he is so frustrated. He came back here with the best of intentions to try and get United winning things again and to try and be the catalyst for glory. As it turned out, the team's totally crumbled behind him. And the manager got sacked, and then the new manager was a melter. And everything changed. The goalpost changed. So I wouldn't really begrudge Ronaldo going. If he goes, I say fair play to Ronaldo. I'm still a fan of Ronaldo. I'm not going to hate on Cristiano for leaving this summer. If an offer comes in that's good enough and we accept it, good luck to him. He came back and tried. I'm just glad that he fulfilled the dream that I had of seeing Cristiano Ronaldo play for Man United again, scoring goals. Because I always wanted that to happen. And the older he got, the less likely it got. It was that he would come back and do it. And I'm just happy that it actually happened. Happy that we actually did get Cristiano Ronaldo back in the football club just one last time for one last season. And even though it was an absolute bore bag of a season, there was still some really positive moments in there from Ronaldo. Not from nearly anybody else, but from Cristiano Ronaldo. Man, he was an absolute ray of light in an otherwise gastastically dark season. Ronaldo scored multiple hat-tricks, which really did set the world alight for a day, and he also, clutched a few games for us, and he scored a lot of goals, and he himself entertained me this season in a nice way. Everybody else, unfortunately, shat the bed. So, but there you go. I'm happy that he fulfilled that. He came back to have another go. And if he goes this summer, good luck to him, my friend. He deserves to be playing Champions League football. He really does. But as I say, we own his contract, and he can't go anywhere, son. Ronnie's not for sale, says Ashley Bailey. Exactly. Hey, United Till I Die, please take the caps locks off. Any more caps locks will not be read out. We don't read people who shout in the live chat, my friend. Let everybody else out there say, taking up too much of a block. Sing Games says, Sue. What's going on there, Sing Games land? Andrew says, we didn't play well too. Our fault too. Yeah, I mean, exactly. The team didn't play well. The managers didn't do well. One of them got sacked. The other one left in the season, and he was just struggling as an interim. So it just wasn't a good season. Ronaldo knows that, but unfortunately, we were not able to clutch fourth place. If we had clutched fourth place with a new manager, Ten Hag, coming in, even if we haven't got signings, I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now. I don't think Ronaldo would be considering leaving if we were in the Champions League. It's not that the team is that shite. It is obviously shite, but I think that does eat away at him. The fact that he's not going to be able to add to his, his goals tally in the Champions League whilst playing at Manchester United this season. That must eat away at him because there's other players that are adding to their goals tallies in the Champions League, and he's not. Ronaldo would love for us to sign Marcelo, says Riggsy. Well, okay, but we just made a signing at left back, my son. Thank you, Rushmono. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, indeed, guys. If you guys are new to the show, over 300 of you legends in it. We smashed 150 likes. Baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. Everyone, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please do smash that like button. Get us to 200 likes if you haven't done so. It helps us out, helps boost us up in the algorithm, and also helps us compete with the clickbaiters and the corporation channels. So if you enjoy this independent fan channel, make sure you smash that like button. That's all we ask. And also give it a cheeky subscribe if you're new to the show as well. Get yourself in there and have your say. Maguire's most of the problem, says Josh Lee. Well, with his absolute gash defending, when he's got any sort of space behind him whatsoever, it is a worry, isn't it? He's okay if he's got about 5 yards from De Gea or something. If he's sat low block, he's okay then. He's a big lummox, but if he's up there on the halfway line and the ball comes in behind, this guy is screwed, folks. So yeah, hashtag Maguire out. It's not even his fault. He's just physically not quick enough or nimble enough or good enough to do what we need him to do. That's what Lisandro Martinez is for. Come on, Lisandro. Just on Lisandro, I didn't even talk about it yesterday, guys. I was busy with the family, so my brother and his family, they're actually off in the middle of the night tonight, guys, around about 4 or 5 a.m. or something. So it is their last full day in the UK today, and obviously they haven't had that, so we're basically just trying to spend as much time with them as possible, really. So that's what that was about, but we are going to be back to regularly scheduled programming throughout the rest of the week, of course, as they're going tomorrow, folks. But it's been great having them here, obviously, but just nice to spend a bit of time with them, and that's why there hasn't been quite as much content as there usually is, but there will definitely be plenty. So like yesterday, probably should have jumped on and talked about United's announcement, but we'd already done it to death over the last previous days, where it had been confirmed by multiple top sources that the deal was 100% done. And so therefore we already said it was done, which we only do when we know it's done, which we did. So it didn't really matter when United made it official and said that it's been announced. However, just for people who want that, yesterday at 3 p.m, Man United did say, Man United's delighted to announce the club has reached an agreement with Ajax for the transfer of Argentine international defender Lisandro Martinez, subject to medical, to player terms being finalised, and to UK visa requirements. So still things like visa applications, I guess they're waiting on, but it's any moment that the actual completion of this deal will take place, folks. So get in there, my son. Let's get a hashtag welcome to Manchester Martinez. Come on, we have got a new player. And Ten Hag's got praise for this guy. He said he praises his fighting spirit. He said Lisandro Martinez is a warrior who will be admired by Man United fans, which is what we need. Somebody with some bloody bollocks around here, you know. He says, I think he's a warrior. I think the fans will admire him. He has an attitude, a fighting spirit. He brings aggressiveness in the game in a good way. And I think we need that. But also, he's also skillful and he can deal with the ball and he's left-footed. I think it's important. Yeah, the Premier League, is high intensity, lots of challenges. We need players like that with fighting spirit, certain ideas. He knows them. That's an advantage, clearly. Also, he has to adapt to a new country, a new club, new teammates. Also, a lot of things will be different. So, but just in regards to him, he does sound like a really, really good player, guys, who we've signed. Georgie Vasilev, thank you for subscribing to the channel, my son. For the amount of money, 55 million euros, it is, I guess, reasonably high. Only time will tell if it's cheap or expensive. But Ten Hag knows and loves him well over the last few years. That's why he's, that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? But you know what I mean? Like, he's worked with this guy and developed him for several years. He knows him well. Also, I've got a quote here from the man, Lisandro Martinez, and this is a recent quote from him. He said, "Yes, I am called the Butcher of Amsterdam." Sounds fucking sinister, doesn't it? We Argentines do everything with passion, and when I go out on the pitch, I will fight for every ball. If I have to step over dead bodies, I will do it. Fucking hell, steady on them, Martinez, like that. But you know what? That sounds like the sort of guy I want in my team. You know what I mean, guys? That's the sort of guy I want. Somebody who's got a bit about them, got a bit of bollocks about them, is a little bit aggressive. You know, the Argentinian Roy Keane would be nice. In all fairness, somebody who can actually marshal this team and's got a bit of a nasty streak. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Professional, of course. Quality player, of course. But a bit of a bastard who expects the best from his teammates. Yes, please. Bit of a terrier, bit of a, pit bull. Yes, please. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, snowflakes. We're not looking for any of these sorts of melty players. We want some hard, tenacious, aggressive, competitive players, my friend. That's how you get games won. That's how you strike fear into the opposition. Exactly, Rushmano. Sounds like a shithouse. Perfect. Exactly, mate. Gungshi, thanks. Gungshi, mate, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry I missed that, bud. Gungshi, and he's got a super chat in the live chat. Guys, can everybody get a sue in the live chat for Don Gungshi only for the super chat? Thank you, my friend. He says, Martinez is half a foot shorter than Maguire, but has won more aerial duels than him. Are you serious, Gungshi? What a stat to come in here raw with. Man, I love that. Well, there you go. That's what I mean. There's an old expression which is bandied around a little bit too often sometimes. No, it's not the one about legends. No, it's this one. It ain't about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog, or something like that. I think I bottled that there. No, that is right. So, and that's true. It's not about the size of the dog, really, when it comes to how you can clear a ball away. It is all about... it's all about desire, and also, can you jump? If this guy can jump and is physical in a different way, beats Harry Maguire, who's just cemented to the ground, doesn't it? He might be 6'4", but he can't jump very high, mate. You know what I mean? He's just got too much mass to get off the ground like that. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I like to hear that, though, that Martinez is winning a lot of aerial duels. Because I think he will be coming in to play centre-back for us. Let's just ask the live chat, where do you think that Ten Hag signed him primarily to play for Man United? Because this guy is versatile and can play CDM or centre-back. So centre-back or CDM, folks, let us know. I think centre-back, no-brainer for me, especially if we're getting De Jong. Man, get that slab of meat out of the team, guys! See you later on, Slabby Maguire. No thanks. End of the line for you, sir. That's what I think. And so therefore, Lisandro Martinez should be playing centre-back. I mean, goals like that goal we conceded against Melbourne the other day are much less likely to happen with somebody who can actually run faster than the fucking arthritic snail dudes. This guy is literally Zimmer frame ready. Tell you what, he should be fitted soon for a Zimmer. Because he's got the speed of a geriatric, this guy. No disrespect to geriatrics out there. Probably, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 75-year-old man who can run faster than Harry Maguire, in all fairness. There's got to be a couple. There's got to be a couple still. So, all I'm saying is, but Maguire's got really, really slow pace, doesn't he? It's not about size, it's about how you use it, says Madhouse. Exactly. It's not about the size of the boat. It's about the motion in the ocean, mate. You know what I mean? Centre-back, no slab, says Duncan Benifo. CDM says Bell691. What's going on? I do like the away kit, actually. Matthew Smith, I must admit, I do like it. Deep Lion CDM says Chris Parker. What's happening with the Jong deal? We're going to get onto that in a moment, actually, Cody, lad, but not much. Not much more than what we said anyway last time. Sin Games, 0793 is loving it. We're not getting De Jong, says Pete Cowdery. Hey, Wiggy, what's going on? Because if he doesn't see out his last 2 years of his contract, he does not get the 17 million, says Pete Cowdery. Wow. But that's why we paid them an extra 10 million euros up front, right? So that they can sort of help settle that up. Barca still have to pay that. They're still obligated to pay Frankie de Jong those wages, whether it's now, in 6 months, a year, 2 years. Doesn't matter when. They're still obligated to do it. I guess it does make a difference for them. Because they want to try and get as much money as they can now. But United are giving them 85 mil. They're going to lose all of that 85 million if they don't pay Frankie a 17. So that's what it's come down to. Plus, we're supposed to have upped our offer from 65 million euros initially with 20 in add-ons to 75 initially with 10 in add-ons. The reason for that doesn't take a genius to work out. It's to sweeten the deal and help them settle up with Frankie de Jong. So Man United have done about as much as we can. It's on the Barcelonans. It's on these Barcelonans now to finish up and get this agreed and settled and paid up and compensate Frankie de Jong what he's owed. That's really what it's about. So, and if they do not get that situation sorted and he does stay there, well, then they're doing themselves out of 50 or 60 million quid. Because, yeah, okay, they do have to settle that up whenever anyway. So they're just losing. In fact, they're doing themselves out of all the money because they've still got to pay him that at some point. So I don't really get that whole argument. I think we've already sweetened it to the point that they can justify settling him up now, which is what they should do. They need to reach that agreement. Frankie's not just going to walk on 17 million quid, folks. And they're going to offer him to stay at the club and pay him less money, etc. I mean, they are treating him like an absolute bag of shite, to be fair. Publicly, the situation may be, Frankie wants to stay. Frankie wants to stay, and it's just because he's not coming out and saying he wants to go to Man United because, well, they owe him 17 million quid. There's probably some sort of bullshit legal reason why he's not allowed to do it. Like, if he's seen publicly saying that he was prepared to join another club, well, then, they can, I don't know, maybe just try and scrimp out on some of these wages or something in a court of law through some sort of, I don't know, some sort of bullshit clause that they've got. I don't know. I'm just saying, you just don't know, do you? He doesn't seem like he would be happy at Barca because of the fact they owe him a lot of money, and the only way they can economically keep him there is to pay him a lot less money than what he's on because he's one of the highest paid players there. They've just signed a lot of new players. They're hundreds of millions in debt as well, even if they've recently just sold a few things off to settle some things in the short term. They're still financially shagged. Frankie's one of the most expensive assets on the biggest wages. We want him. They've already agreed a deal with Manchester United, so they're prepared to sell him. It's on us to now get the situation sorted with Frankie, but we cannot get the situation sorted with Frankie until they've paid in the money. Look at this. I've got this information here. Manchester United maintain that Frankie de Jong being owed 17 million in deferred wages by Barcelona is the major issue that is stalling his move. That's what it's really down to, guys. We can't do anything about it, but they need to find a bit of money themselves to settle up with Frankie. Once they've done that, they're getting all that money back from Manchester United. 75 million euros up front, 10 million euros down the line. They'll get that back. It's money back. It's fine. They can do it. It's just I don't know what they're trying to do right now. What they're trying to do is take the absolute piss out of us. That's what Barcelona are doing. Never deal with Barcelona Football Club ever again, Manchester United, after this one. Even if we do get the deal now tomorrow, never deal with these tosspots ever again. They're a bunch of piss takers, in all fairness, because they have just ransomed us for more money. They've also taken us for a ride for 5 weeks now in the summer window when we could be doing other business, looking for other offers, and there's still a doubt and a possibility that this deal might not get done. I mean, it's an absolute embarrassment from both sides, really, but more so from Barcelona, because they're the ones that have mortgaged themselves left, right, and centre and put themselves in a complete fucking financial mess. They're the ones that are still signing big name, big money players like Rafinha, Lewandowski, even though they owe their players millions and millions of pounds. They're an absolute moralistic shit show, my friends. Honestly, I can't believe what a gash football club they are. There you go. So I just hope that Manchester United do not deal with them ever again, because they're just frustrating to deal with. But there you go. But Frankie de Jong, you are not welcome, says Anir. So a lot of people still believe in this, that de Jong does not want to go and he wants to stay at Barca. I don't buy it for a second, folks. I don't buy it for a second. They owe him a shitload of cash. We've got a deal in place. When asked about it previously, he's laughed coyly. He's not said things like, oh no, definitely not interested in that. He's laughed coyly. He says he's at his dream club, Barcelona. What more can he say? He's keeping his head down, staying professional. They owe him a shitload of cash. They don't want him. You know how I know they don't want him? Shall I tell you how I know they don't want him, guys? Do you know how I know? Shall I tell you how I know they don't want him, guys? I've already done this, but it's true. It's that, well, they've accepted an offer from Manchester United to sell him to us. That's not the actions of a club that wants to keep their player, is it, really, guys? Ask yourself this question. It's not the actions of a club that wants to keep the player. Right, anyway. If my company owed me 70 million, I wouldn't be going anywhere till they paid it. Exactly, Tom V. That's fair play as well, mate. That's it. You got to get your payment, don't you? Superheroes Gaming. He comments, Piggy, I saw some news that Ten Hag wants Ziyech to replace Anthony. Is that true? Interesting. I mean, I don't think that is necessarily true, but there is that previous Ajax link there with Ziyech, right? Which does make, I guess, the basis a little bit more interesting than not. And, of course, if he's not playing that regularly at Chelsea, it could actually be a bit of a decent option in some ways, in all fairness, guys, just putting it out there, because Ten Hag obviously knows him, etc. So that could be interesting, folks. Let's have a little look at some of the latest stuff as well. Just going to have a look at the updates that have come through here. Thank you, Rushminer, for sending me some stuff through. Oh, interesting. Nice, mate. We'll get onto that in a little bit. Excellent, excellent. Right, okay. So de Jong, folks, it's a frustrating one, but what can we really say other than it's not really advanced any more than it was a couple of days ago when we were talking about it. The situation is still, they owe him a lot of money. He's the stance from the player and the team has not changed. He wants to stay at Barca, but that's just all PR guff, my friends, because they're protecting their position here. They don't want to have any issues with the amount of money that is owed to them, etc. And to be fair, their agent, the agent of Frankie, must be, well, I mean, they must be pretty pissed off with this whole situation, because they are trying to get paid. That's what agents are all about. They're trying to get the player paid and they're trying to get paid. So they must be pretty pissed off about this whole situation. Barca want Bernardo Silva now. I know they're at it again, Cody Martin. That's what I'm saying. They're spending all this money. Where are they going to recoup this money from? What's the right back situation? A lot of players linked. Absolutely, Ashwin. Okay, Ashwin. Well, the right back situation is there's a couple of players linked. In fact, you mentioned it now, and we've got news that have just come out this afternoon that Jonathan Klaus is in advanced talks with Manchester United. It may well be not the case, but just some reports linking Jonathan Klaus to us. And he is a right back, isn't he? He plays for Lens, I think, in France. Yeah, you know, he's a right back for League One club Lens, or Lens, however you pronounce it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about him other than I've got him on my FIFA team. Other than that, I really don't know too much about the guy. He's 29. You know, his career is very much lackluster. I'm looking at his career and I'm looking at the teams he's played for, and he just doesn't really have a very impressive record, guys. But there you go, we are linked with this man. Klaus is overrated, says Ezio at a tour. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched much about him recently, and it says in March 2022, at the age of 29, Klaus received his first call-up to the France national team when manager Didier Deschamps selected him for a friendly match against Ivory Coast and South Africa. So, you know, he's been capped a couple of times there, 4 times for France, all this year. So maybe he's a late bloomer, guys. Maybe he's a late bloomer. You know, he's had an absolutely storied career in French football. He's played for SV Lynx from 2013 to 15. Played for Rouen El Tape, those legends, you know them. He's played for Avranches the second, and then Avranches first team, and then he played for Quivelli. Is this real? Then he played for Quivelli Rouen second team. Then he played for Quivelli Rouen. Then he played for Arminia Bielefeld. Oh yeah, heard of them. And he's played for Lens B, and then he played for Lens. Is this a piss take? Hang on a second. Let me get his actual history up on a different website. Hey guys, that just doesn't add up to me, mate. How has he gone to play for Lens after playing for a bunch of fucking actual farmer teams? I don't really understand that. Anyway, fair enough, but there are lots of links with Jonathan Klaus to Manchester United at the moment because he's available very, very cheap. That can't be right. Let's have a look at this guy's history, mate. Who the fuck's this guy played for, mate? Right, here we go. I've got this thing on a different website, Transfer Market. Let's have a look at all seasons. Who the fuck are these teams, guys? This guy's got the weirdest career ever. I mean, I've literally never heard of. I mean, I've heard of late bloomers, blooming at like 20, 23. You know, like Ian Wright didn't get through till he was, pretty late on. But have you ever seen somebody like being linked to Manchester United, 29 years of age, who's got a record like this? Let me get it up on screen, folks, because it's actually looking quite ridiculous, my friends. Look at this. This is where this guy plays his football, my friend. He plays for RC Lens now, right? He's doing well there. He's been capped for France. I get that. How has he managed to go from US Rouen Eletape to Lens B, Cezanne, Quivilly Rouen Metropole, US Avranches, SV Links, Arminia Bielefeld, and then RC Lens to Manchester United. Mate, I tell you what, if this guy actually does sign for Manchester United, that is one of the most awesome stories in football in a way, mate. He's gone from fucking SV Links to Man United in 2 moves. What? Like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Billy. He says Piggy's the Jamie Vardy of French football. Exactly, mate. I mean, that is a weird set of clubs to have played for, my friend. Honestly, that is shite. This is like the history record of somebody, I don't know, who you sign on Football Manager when you're in League One as fucking Kettering Town or something. You know what I mean? Or the Conference. This isn't somebody you sign when you're Man United, guys. You know what I mean? But there you go. He played for the Dog and Ducks as Madhouse. I think that's what that one means in French. But anyway, I'm just saying, fair enough. That's cool, though. I kind of like that. It's an interesting way of going about it. He's taken the scenic route. You know what I mean? It's really random, isn't it, Superstar? But anyway, that's apparently who we're linked to at the moment. There are some links coming out that suggest that's the case. So also let's have a look at the rest of the transfer news then, guys. So yeah, the Frankie de Jong situation is very frustrating. Ronaldo linked to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, nice one. We know that. We're closing in on Martinez, about to come in any moment now. Of course, we've already announced it. The club has, so great stuff. Oh, great news about Paulo Dybala, guys. Come on. He's signed for Roma. Get in there, my son. Come on, let's go. Fucking have it. That's made me happy because I thought there was a small chance we might be going to get this twat at some point. And I'm very happy. Let's celebrate, guys. Very, very happy that we haven't got this Dybala melt because I don't think it would have been the good signing for us. Well, we got 211 likes, guys. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that thumbs up button, guys. Let's see if we can get 269, dudes. If you're just joining us, smash that like button on it. Remember, the Kung Fu Canton the shite out the like. And also hit that subscribe button, folks, if it's your first time on the channel and you're new around here. Do hit the subscribe and have your say. Bye-bye, Dybala. Yeah, Dybala's gone backwards. The thing is, he was injured so many times just in the last calendar year. He was a good player. He still is a good player, but he's not a player you can rely on. He's not a player that is going to stay fit throughout the whole season. And probably the best years of his career, even at 28 years of age, are probably behind him. So it wasn't a very sensible signing for me. It makes this a proper Jose Mourinho signing, though. It's a classic Jose signing, but it's not the right signing for Man United right now, I don't think. Yeah, Superstar didn't want him at all. Rushy says, never seen him. Jonathan will have to take a look. Mourinho will know what to do with him, says Elliot Mandu. That's a fair point. Dybala's overrated dog meat, says Days Gone. If we get an offer for Donny, we should sell him, says Jonathan Gallagher. Give him a chance first, sir. Best news of the window, says Chris Parker. Dybala, what are his wages? I'm not too sure, Manos. I think he was prepared to take a significant drop just because of, well, his injury proneness and the fact that there's not that many top clubs after him. I'd guess he's on about 160k a week, but I really don't know. You'd think it'd be more, but let's face it, Roma, are they paying him more than that, really? De Paula says, oh, busy. His stats aren't that impressive. They're really not, Billy, are they? Whether you look at assists or goals. So, okay, maybe he's, it doesn't tell the whole story. Stats only tell you so much, in all fairness. I will have the conversation with any twat about Paul Scholes being better than Lampard or Gerrard all day. But statistically, if you're just looking at the statistics, it would be hard to argue that, well, Lamp's goals and Gerrard's goals and assists and stuff like that, it would be hard to argue on paper, looking at just the stats, why that would be, apart from, obviously, the fact he got 12 Premier League titles, and Gerrard didn't even get one. Brilliant. But other than that, statistically, it'd be hard to convince somebody that was the case if they'd never seen them all play. But we know that there's different types of players, and that there are players that are running the show and allowing other players to do things and are orchestrating things for other players. And even if they're not getting the last ball, the assist or the goal, they're still creating a lot of chances and play for the team. So maybe he could be that sort of player previously, but just saying, hey there, Vincent Bullock, welcome in the stream, mate. What's going on? Thought you'd have turned into bacon in this heat. I'm on my way, fire up. I'm truly on my way. Get your thoughts and opinions in with the legends in the chat, by the way. All these topics we're discussing about what we've said so far. We're going to have a Q&A in a little bit at the end of the show as well. I've just got some more transfer news to get through, and then we're going to get into the Q&A. Also, another BS story came out yesterday that Frankie de Jong would be prepared to leave Barcelona this summer for Bayern Munich. I don't even want to talk about this guy, to be honest, because, but there was a report I saw yesterday about Bayern Munich being interested in him, some bollocks. I'm not even going to discuss that. Also, sorry, Sharmesh Chef from Sky Sports says noises are coming from Spain are suggesting that de Jong doesn't want to go to Man United and is happy at Barcelona. The information we're getting, however, is that while he's happy at Barcelona, he's open to coming to United to work under Ten Hag. And that's what it is, really. If he's pushed, he'll come to United. Simple as that, really. Also, Phil Jones being linked quite heavily in the last sort of 24 hours with various different moves. Phil Jones is being linked with a move to DC United, apparently to reunite with Wayne Rooney. Reunited, and it feels so good. Look, let's face it, Phil Jones, that's the perfect move for Phil Jones right now. Go to the MLS, son. You're not playing any football over here, son. What's the point of staying here? He's 30 years of age. Okay, if he actually wanted to go and play for another team in the Premier League, go and do what Phil Neville did late on, try and prove himself in another Premier League team, do it, lad. But he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. So you might as well just go and fanny around in the MLS for a while. No pressure on you there, is there? There's no pressure on him there to perform. He'll be fine over there in the MLS, in all fairness. He'll be a good player in the MLS. Oh, definitely. He should go and do it. See you later on, Phil No Bones Jones. I would love it. I would love it if we got an offer in for Phil Jones, guys. Honestly. I can't understand why anybody would necessarily be interested in him. Let's face it, Jones has been a good player for us. Right now, he's just fallen away. He's in the pit of despair when it comes to confidence and where he's at in his career. But previously, he was a good player, mate. Not bad anyway, progressing well at one point. He's actually played 229 times for Man United. You don't play 229 times for Man United if you're not a good player. He's also won the Premier League, the FA Cup, Community Shield, Europa League during his time at the club. So he's not a complete waste of time, guys, but I think his time is up. He's not really going to play for us again. Look at all the defenders we've got in our team. We're adding another one now. Lisandro Martinez is coming in. Sorry to say, but Phil Jones, he's got to go. It's not necessarily even his fault. He has had some issues with injuries and confidence and everything. He's been sidelined with knee injuries and things like that. Between January 2020, January 2022, which has halted his career and stuff. But problem is, we've just got Eric Bailly, who's a better option. Even Maguire is still here, obviously. We've got other defenders, Varane and Lindelof, and of course, Lisandro Martinez. It's just not going to happen, is it, guys? Phil Jones is never going to play for Man United again, really. He's just never going to play for us. We've got too many players ahead of him. So what are you doing here, Phil? I have to ask the question, what is he doing here? He's just picking up a paycheck and going through the motions, but it's a waste of time, man. So I'm pretty sure he's only got another year left to run on his contract to United, but there is an option of another year. Just imagine that, guys. That won't happen, but just imagine if Manchester United in a year's time triggered the option to extend Phil Jones's contract for another year. Could you actually imagine if they did that? I can't actually imagine it. I don't think they will, but I could imagine it. Anyway, so but look, Rooney and Phil Jones, maybe he could get him playing good football again, is all I'm saying, to a decent standard. DC United, they're having a bit of a mare. But Wayne Rooney's gone in. Obviously, he's only just gone in to do stuff. And look, he could probably be a good guy to sort of try and get him playing good stuff again to a reasonable standard. Right, so Phil Jones, guys. Yeah, Phil Jones legend. Blackburn Baresi, says John O'Connor. Come on. Right, so also Ibrahim Sangare, guys. We're yet to make an offer. We've allegedly not made any sort of offer for Ibrahim Sangare. There were recent rumours, of course, surrounding the PSV Eindhoven midfielder. But as it turns out, no, we are not having any offers for Sangare. Different reports, including one from Football International, reports that Sangare, there are no, Man United have not yet reported for Sangare, who has represented his Dutch club on 87 occasions in all competitions, contributing 5 goals and 6 assists in the process. 24 years of age, this guy. He was impressive and strong during the last season for PSG. And so, therefore, he's been alerted to a lot of different clubs around football. Ten Hag's understood to have an interest in him because of his link in Dutch football. But at the moment, there is no contact there for Sangare. There are some reports and links, but at the moment, there is no contact at all. Just want to let you know that piece of info as well. Danny Dobson, man, thank you so much for the $5, bro. Super chat. Get in there, my son. Thank you so much, guys. He says, Zane, with all the super chats you spend on here in the United Stand, you must have no rent. Says Danny Dobson. Do you know what? I think he actually said the other day, right, that he spends 50k a year on super chats, man. That's what Zane actually said to me the other day, mate. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? He's got a budget. I mean, who's got a budget for super chats for a start? He's got a 50k budget of super chats, mate, to go around all on YouTube, man. That's some nutty shit right there. Thank you so much, Danny Dobson, you legend, for the £5 super chat. Super chat. Ezia Watertor says that's capped. Do you reckon? I don't think it is. I honestly don't think it is, mate, based on what I've seen. I personally don't think it is, mate. Wilma Littlefinger, what's going on there? How you doing there, Wilma? Says, United start the season with McTominay and Fred. I'm afraid Ten Hag will be gone by Christmas. Definitely needs to get De Jong in, doesn't he? I know. Just imagine that duo starting the league again. Fuck that. Saying, give me my mum's credit card, please, says Kobe. Right, anyway, so let's get into this, guys. I've got a few more tidbits to discuss. Okay, we've got a few more tidbits to discuss. So, like I say, United are close to, or trying to discuss the situation, apparently, with Lens for Jonathan Klaus. Is a right-back link that's come out today. Don't really think it's really a great signing based on the clubs that this guy's played for, etc. So that's a little bit of information that's come out this afternoon. He would be available for very cheap. Could be an addition to the right-back spot. It's not really the look for me. If we're going to get a new right-back, I'd rather sell one of the right-backs we've got now, use that money to get a really good right-back, rather than just some, budget Jamie Vardy right-back edition from the French league. Do you know what I mean? And it's actually that Jamie Vardy's class, and has been class all the way while he's been in the Premier League. But you know what I mean? He's just like, who is this guy? Who's he played for, guys? He's played for some right-looking odd teams, mate. These are all the teams he's played for, Jonathan Klaus. What a bunch of shite. You know what I mean? Is he Man United ready? I don't think so. Anyway, so there's that bit of information. There's the Ronaldo stuff. If you're just joining us, I'm going to just give you a rundown of what we've discussed in this video very, very quickly. And if you want to stick around, please do. So James Ducker's just reported this at 5:06 p.m. as well. Erik ten Hag has suggested he could build his Man United team around Cristiano Ronaldo and raised the prospect of keeping the unsettled Portugal star for the next 2 years, despite still not having spoken to the player since future became clouded. Interesting. So Man United consider triggering Ronaldo's contract extension. This is what's been reported by The Telegraph and James Ducker in the last few minutes. That's quite interesting. Thank you, Rushman, for sending that across. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. And Samuel Luckhurst reporting at 5:02 that Ten Hag is open to working with Ronaldo beyond this season. What are we talking about now, for fuck's sake? This is nonsense, though. Let's get him in and ready for this season. We can talk about next season, next year, when we've got Champions League football, hopefully. No, this is preposterous, really. But anyway, there you go. So it doesn't seem like Ten Hag is wanting to get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo at all at the moment. That's what it seems like, anyway. Okay, so Laurie Whitwell has given us an update on The Athletic, which just says that Erik ten Hag's interview today, which is mostly some key points on the interview. He said that his strong self-belief for success, obviously, tools used to convey messages, severe dressing room discipline, De Jong going to be holding midfielder, Martinez controlled aggression, plus much, much more. So Interesting. So Erik ten Hag plans for De Jong to play holding midfielder, perhaps, which is sort of something we discussed, and that it leads to the fact that Lisandro Martinez could be playing for the centre-back spot for us as well. So nice bit of an update there at 5 p.m. coming out after Ten Hag's been speaking, I believe. Jamie Jackson from The Guardian reporting at 5:01 that Cristiano Ronaldo could extend his stay at Manchester United, claims Ten Hag. I mean, what is this? This is just bollocks, isn't it? Erik ten Hag has claimed Ronaldo could stay at Man United beyond the expire of his contract with the club, and the Portuguese is capable of fitting into the high-pressing style. Okay, brilliant. I love that, to be fair. This is what he said. He said, I am well informed. He has also an option for a further season, the Dutchman said. Yes, Ronaldo could stay beyond this season. Of course, I have signed here for 3 years, but in football, it's short-term as well. We have to win from the start, so I don't look that far ahead. Interesting. So, okay, look, this time next year, like I said, if we're back in the position where we're challenging for things and we're in the Champions League and it looks like maybe we can win a trophy, then I believe that, yes, we probably could convince Ronaldo to stay for another year. But right now, if it's the same situation as it is this year, next year, there's no way Ronaldo wants an option of another year or any business like that. So it's interesting, but again, I just don't really know where this is coming from. Obviously, he said, Ten Hag today has said these words, but Ronaldo is, he wants to work with him. So there you go. So there you go, guys. Just a bit of info coming out. Thank you very much, Rushmano, for the late updates there. You're absolute don. It's so hot, guys. Bloody hell. Smash the 69 in the live chat if you're sweating your munt off. By the way, we got 236 likes on the stream. Sui, we're nearly at 250. Drop a little thumbs up on it if you haven't done. It's time for a Q&A now, folks. I'm going to get into the chat for a few minutes, see what you legends are saying. So De Jong's situation really is quite similar. Just waiting for them to settle up 17 million. Reports are that, okay, he doesn't necessarily want to leave, but if he's pushed out and they've obviously reached an agreement with Man United and they want the deal done, he's going to go to Manchester United. In regards to Martinez, just waiting for visa finalizations, paperwork finalizations, and he'll be a Manchester United player, but that has been announced by the football club. And then Ronaldo to Atletico Madrid links, sounds like bollocks to me. They can't afford him. It'll be another team, unfortunately, that is linked, but I don't think anybody's necessarily really prepared to pay the money that we want for Ronaldo right now, when they can maybe sign this player in the future for nothing, and for less wages as well, because he's on big wages at Man United. It's written, says, apart from Frankie de Jong, who do you think we'll get next? Apart from Frankie, who do you think we'll get next? I mean, I would think Anthony's got to be reasonably high on the list just because of Ten Hag's links there and everything, and that's obviously a player that he's definitely interested in. Okay, I'm going to get into the live chat, everybody. 37 degrees in Manchester, bloody hell, Wiggy. I'm going to get into the live chat, so please do have your say, folks. Get your thoughts and opinions in there with your questions. Yeah, it's 31 degrees here where I am. I don't know if you can see that. 31, so it's a bit cooler where I am, mate, thankfully. It's written, says, next sign apart from Frankie de Jong. Yeah, hey, Tactician Tom. Yeah, you can make a guest appearance, mate. Absolutely, come in, bud. So, yeah, so my brother's only here for another day, and he's just going to pop in. Nice one, mate. Yeah, right, so Rashford was always, even before Ronaldo, says Cody Martin. What's that mean? Rashford was always off even before Ronaldo. Rashford was good. Rashford was good the previous season before this last one gone. He got 11 goals, 11 assists in like 33 games in the Premier or something. I am sweating like a PIG, Ezio. 84 where I'm at has got in control. Holy crap. But yeah, do hit the like button. Do smash the subscribe and have your say in the chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute, I think, to... oh, no, 0 minutes, actually, to subscribe. Hey, what's good? It's my brother. I haven't got a seat for you, unfortunately, boss. But I'm only on here for a few more minutes anyway, really. So, right, my brother's in the gaff. Oh, shit.
Nearly just smacked my thumb.
Holy crap. My brother's in the gaff, folks. So, let's be having you. It's so hot in here. No. No, you're all good. You're all good. I'm going to move over here a bit.
Hold on. Where are we going now? Where are we going?
What's he doing?
By the way,
2 tickets to the gun show.
Snuggly Duckling for you Rapunzel fans out there.
Oh, really?
Or Tangle fans, yep. There
nice,
you go.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Okay. I don't know what to do with my hands.
If you try to get by, you're going to get trapped.
My goodness.
What we got going on?
Thank you, Tamba Musa, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one. Better version of you, Pig, says George Lee. I wouldn't say that, to be fair. I wouldn't say that.
I'm a better specimen. I think that's the fair thing.
Well, it depends which way you're measuring this. To be fair,
To be fair,
we had a bit of a wrestle in the garden.
We did wrestle in the garden, and
who came out on top?
I did get absolutely owned. So
we've been wrestling. We've been wrestling in the heat of this UK weather, my friend.
It's not even hot for me. This, to be honest.
Well,
I'm used to this.
Well, to be fair, he said it's hotter where he is when it lands.
Extremes.
So.
Well, it's 95 degrees there today.
Bloody hell.
Yep. 95.
Pipe cleaner arm, says Wilma.
Pipe cleaner. Oh, they do have. They do have air conditioning in the States, though, obviously. So,
yeah.
It's a bit different, but it's all right. I'm not.
Hey, let's talk about Ronaldo real quick, Tom.
Yeah.
So Stephen Dagbanner says Tuchel's rejected Ronaldo. Pep 2 did.
Yep.
Nagelsmann did.
Yep. Better
managers doesn't need a selfish player. He's saying. Right. So what do you think? What do you think happens with Cristiano Ronaldo now? You know, what happens with him? Does he? I mean, Ten Hag. So check this out. Just this afternoon, there's some quotes from Ten Hag here, right, in regards to Ronaldo, and he's basically suggested that he could build his team around Ronaldo and raise the prospect of keeping him for the next 2 years. So he's obviously, I guess he's got to keep his cards close to his chest. He can't say, yeah, we're looking to sell him. But if you were Ten Hag, you wouldn't want Ronaldo going anywhere either, would you? Unless he's going to have a super negative effect on the squad.
I don't think I'll have a negative effect on the squad, because no matter what you're going to get him obviously being an absolute monster professional, right? Working harder and looking after his body harder and being a good example. Even if he's a bit of a dick around the place, which I don't know. I can't imagine he is too much. I think he, obviously, to be as good as he is, he has a chip on his shoulder, and that's not going to go away, is it? But I mean, that's always been the case. I think that he will stay, but I'm like 60-40 on that, because I think that there's not a good fit for him anywhere. And I think his hang-up, like I said to you earlier, is Champions League football. Me and Pig looked earlier, and he's played literally in the Champions League. The only time he's not played in the Champions League was when he was 17 for Sporting Lisbon. Every other season
in the UEFA Cup 3 times.
Exactly. He's played in the Champions League. He owns the goal-scoring record. Messi's in the Farmers League, being able to mail in every week and will score goals in the Champions League. He obviously wants that record. He wants to add to that record. And he wants to win another Champions League. He's won 5, right?
Yeah.
He wants number 6. He wants Michael Jordan numbers, right? So I'm thinking that he will get over that fact and stay, get us back in the Champions League. But I don't know if we will. I don't know if we will finish top 4, even with him. So we'll see. I mean, honestly, if he stayed at United for 2 years and that was the real deal, and he could play at that level, which I think he can, obviously, and he's going to guarantee you goals. And I think people make too much of this, like the way he affects the team, I mean, he's so good that obviously he's taking 2 centre-backs all the time that are scared to death of him and worried about him. I mean, the way he affects the team, pressing from the front, I mean, he can still run around a little bit.
Yeah, he can still score a lot of goals, even in a bad United team.
He's not going to cover,
Chris Barker says, but nobody wants him, though.
No, I don't think he's a fit anywhere. I don't think he's a fit anywhere. And I think he commands massive wage bills. Everyone's worried about that now after COVID. We haven't even begun to deal with the effects of COVID yet, really. Financial fair play being there, and I think he'll be at United. But I wouldn't be surprised if we hear Atletico Madrid or somewhere random like that. He goes and plays, and he plays Champions League. But
I think he'll begrudge him a move because
I think he'll start. I think
he's a Champions League player. Yeah.
I think Rashford and Sancho and these players will have a really good season. I think Fernandes will. I think now the fact we've got Martinez, if we do get De Jong, which I'm actually more confused about that than the Ronaldo thing.
Carl Austin says, what the hell, you look like twins. They just come in. Sub 2 says, Gerard Butler and Boris Johnson stream. You are.
So
you protoplasmic invertebrate jelly of a man.
So you're Gerard Butler in this? Or,
I don't know. I think you're supposed to be Gerard Butler.
I think he's right there. I think, just got to get the try. I'm trying to. Let's go now.
2 tickets to the gun show.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Hey there, that mullet guy. What's going on, dude? Thanks for your comment.
No, I appreciate that. You're welcome.
Ronaldo is the solution to the problem Ronaldo creates, says Dave Grant.
Pretty much. That's actually a really good comment.
Yeah, exactly.
He is. I mean, that's it. You stole me mic.
You stole me mic. You stole Mike.
Laugh aloud. Who's taller? Cheese is taller.
I'm slightly taller. I'm like half an inch taller or something, aren't I?
I'm 6'1"3/4. I think you're 6'2" on the button, aren't you?
Yeah, 6'2" on the button. I'm a beast.
I'm older. I don't know if you can tell that.
Tom's a few years older than me, to be fair. Seen bigger muscles on a pigeon, says Mikato. To be fair, Mikato, let me see your guns. let's see 2 tickets to your gun show, mate.
It's quite hot. That's why I'm wearing this, by the way. It wasn't just to show off my massive triceps.
It's funny, though, how he's just, look at this stance. You say it wasn't to show off your massive triceps. Who enters the room like this?
I don't have a chair.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, no, that's true. But I just saw positioning. Look, you've got that tricep. You've got it tense.
I got it.
Look at that.
I don't have a tense.
Look, you're trying to create a shadow here. I can see.
Yep. Striations. It's all about the striations. I'm like moving around. It's striation. Yeah. Striation city.
It does make me want to work my guns out because my guns are basically non-existent, mate.
Yeah.
I have to turn it just so you can see a muscle.
Looking good's important. Looking good's important.
Sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out. No, other than that, for Man United, I'm interested to see what happens with Maguire because Maguire's the captain. He will start. So there's Martinez coming in. I think Martinez will play when we are against teams when we're dominating possession. I think you'll see Martinez a lot more. And Maguire might, I don't know what they're going to do with Maguire then. But when we're playing against, a Man City or whatever, when we're having to sit back and a little bit deeper, I think you'll see Maguire play. I think Martinez will play as a 6 or one of them in there. I think he'll be really good. Tom, have you ever thought about getting your hair dyed green like Pigs' post, to be getting it cut? Would you cut it for him?
Let me just tell you something about Vincent Bullock, mate. This guy can't form proper sentences in his off his head, mate.
Okay. Fair play, Vincent. No.
Would you ever dye your hair green like Pigs is? I mean,
yours does look a little green in this.
It
thing,
does actually.
Yeah,
now you're there.
Does. No, I wouldn't. Slab it out. The fire up there.
Okay, Mikato, fair play, my son. Remind me to not do that. No, I might do that at one point. Who knows? Noob Master, get in there, Noob Master. Billy, 91 fans, arms like twisted steel.
Mikato, tune into one of my streams and I'll let you see the guns only for you, Piggy. Is that kind of a subscription service?
I just read that one.
Or is that like some kind of... I mean, you do you, man. Whatever makes you happy.
She said if you combine Tom's beard with Pig's hair, you get the perfect Viking. Right? I wonder if we can do this. Right? If you go in front of me, yeah? You go in front of me, right? And I'm going to just put my hair.
Sit back a
my hair's going to go behind you, right? We're going to see if we can make the perfect Viking. Shit. I've got this all knotted up.
Let's try it.
Oh, no. This ain't going to come out, mate.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get my hair out.
This isn't it. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's impressive.
Okay, we got some. So here's my Viking mane.
Okay.
Right now, put your face in front of it, mate.
How am I gonna get down? This is gonna be. There's not a lot of room here.
Right.
Oh God.
Okay. Right now you got the beard, right?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Right. Okay. It's not gonna work, mate.
No. Just put your head right behind mine, and I'll look straight forward. Look.
What the fuck are we doing?
We're Stone Cold Sober as well. That's the winner thing.
Stone Cold Sober. Right, anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this stream up anyway because, well, stuff's happening, isn't it? So let's wrap this one up. But thank you so much to everybody for tuning into this show. I got the bubble stuck real bad. Chris Parker, I know. Slash eat your heart out, says United tonight. Die. Pig with that Fellaini hair, says Jonathan Gallagher. Oh, man. So, right, guys. Yeah, some of you probably didn't know I was rocking this.
Double dragon. 2 dragons. 2 dragons. Classic.
Mark Oliver, hey, you're shocked, are you? No worries. That's good. We like to shock people around here. Must be Total Chaos Daily. It is Superstar. Scar Viking at Drenga says 0793. Nice one. Nice one, Elliot Manduna. Jonathan Olsen Rushmano says, Mommy! Elliot Man do look a bit like Mankind actually with this, man. Mommy! Meatloaf says Josh Lee. Right, yeah, nice one. Okay, anyway, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to leave this there. Tom, any final words? This probably be the last time you see Tom unless I do another one tonight. I don't know if there's any breaking news, but you want to say any parting words to the Bacon Brigade?
Not really. No. No, thanks for having me on. Appreciate that. No, I would like to. I think your people kind of like me quite a lot, so maybe I can come on when I'm back in the States a little bit.
Do a stream with me,
or do like a podcast type thing. I do have a lot of thoughts I'm not afraid to share. But no. Thank you very much. Keep subscribing and liking the Pig's channel.
Thank you very much, bud. Yeah.
Can I say like the poem Rudyard Kipling? If.
Come on then.
No, I'm alright. I don't know off by heart. I did that once when I moved jobs. They said,
you really want?
Real quick, true story. I changed roles at once, and they kind of gave this like, any last words on like a conference call thing. I said, I'm glad you asked. Actually, I do. I just recited "If" by Rudyard Kipling.
Are you serious?
And then hung up. Yeah, brilliant. I felt great about it. I felt really good about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want to do it now?
Hold on. Can I do that? It's my favourite poem, actually. So when
I've done it before on this channel, actually.
When I'm clanging and banging, and that's what I call it, clanging and banging at the gym. I have Michael Caine reciting "If" on my Spotify. It just comes up and I read it. You know.
Right, nice.
It's good. Yeah. If you want me to, I can go.
You sit down. You sit down. Read it properly, and then press stop streaming. Well, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe. Follow us on social media. Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website unitedflyinghigh.com. Much love to you, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back later with the breaking news, etc. Do keep a lookout. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon. All that jazz. I'm going to hand you over to my brother for some pearls of wisdom. Catch you on the next one.
I just stop streaming at the end, do I? All right. This feels good. It's kind of... All right. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster. And treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Or watch the things you gave your life to broken. And stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve you your turn long after they are gone and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. If all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.